I will cover one question which may be asked in your interview. And here is the question. Question is reverse an array of numbers using a recursion. We know how to reverse the array of numbers, but the thing is we need to use the concept of recursion. So we have the input sets of data. For example, if we have the input of array 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then the reversed output should be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like this. But the approach should be done with the help of the recursive function. So let's move on this problem and try to solve this problem. So first of all, I'm going to define the input variables var array of let's put 3, 5, any numbers, random numbers. Okay, so these are the numbers, and now I need to reverse this array with the help of recursive approach. So how we can do? So the one technique is I'm going to take a left marker at the 0 index of the array and the right marker at the last index of the array. So I will swap this one 3 with 6. Then left marker will be increased by 1 and the right marker will be decreased by 1. So the right marker will point at the 4 position and the left marker will point to the number 6. Again I will swap 4 and 6 and this will be continued. So from this approach we identified left marker should increment from first indexed and the right marker should be decreased from the rightmost count value -1, and terminating conditions should be left marker should not be greater than right marker. So that would be the termination condition of the recursive function. And the every times you after incrementing the left marker and the decrementing the right marker, we need to swap the number. So let's try to write the recursive function for this. So func recursive, it should take the array of input. So let's say input array, will handle a corner cases later. So it would be type of integer for in our case, and there will be the left marker of type int and right marker of type int. Now we need to check some stuff here. Okay, so one thing, after updating the array, we should use that array for the future computation also. I mean, when I swap first index value with the last index value, then updated array should be taken for the another recursion. Why I am saying is that we need some kind of the in-out concept, because we are going to refer the updated array for the next recursion. It will be clear later. Let me complete the code and then we'll see why I put here the in-out. Okay, so now okay, let me check where is the mistake. Sorry. Okay, so this function I'm planning to call, and this function will reverse the array. So the first of all, there would be the terminating condition for the recursion. So if left marker is greater than or equal to right marker, so it means left marker is trying to move further than the right marker, and this should be the terminating condition. One terminating condition. Another condition would be the corner cases would be what if the array count is 0, like if my input is var array something like this, then what should I do? So this is already there is no data, so there is no data, then I think we need not to do perform any recursive operation here. So that corner case should be also handled. So this one, if left marker is greater than equal to right marker, or or array, sorry, input array dot count equal to 0. If there is empty array, then there is no need to move further in the recursive. So this is the terminating condition, return. Okay, otherwise what we need to do is we need to get, otherwise if left marker is less than right marker, even not equal to, oh, equal to means the left marker and right marker is pointing to the same variable, so no need to swap that that information. now Now what should I do? So we need to get the value of the left marker pointer. So suppose if we have seen this information first time here, then the 3 will point at the left marker and the 6 will be pointed by the right marker. So that these data should be swapped. So we need to swap the number. So we need to swap the number. So there is the many more approaches to swap. So for me, I'm using the bitwise operator. You can check the how this bitwise operator works, the swapping. You can Google it, and I will give you the link about it in the description box. So I'm using the bitwise operator to swap the data. So input array of left marker equal to array input array of left marker. I'm going to using the bitwise operator. You can do this thing simply a simple way also, but technically bitwise operator is quite faster in the execution, so I prefer to use that one. Input array or right marker, and again input array right marker equal to, let me copy this one, left marker right marker, and input array again left marker, let me copy this one. Okay, so actually these three lines will swipe the data. So the zero index data will be swapped with the last index data of the array. Same thing you can write some other way. So input array, you can take a temporary data, var temp equal to input array left marker. Okay, I have saved the left marker data here. Now the next step would be input array left marker data equal to input array right marker data, and now input array right marker data equal to temp. So these three lines of code is equivalent to this. So I'm using the bitwise operator because that is the for the execution concern. Bitwise operator is quite faster. You can use this one also. Okay, anyway, we have swapped the data from the marker point, left marker point, and the right marker point. Data which is pointed by the left marker point is swapped with the data which is pointed by the right marker. It's done. Now the thing is, for the next execution we should call this recursive. So for that we have completed the first swap. So for the next recursion we need to increase the left marker point and decrease the right marker point, and again we need to call this method. Again I am saying we need to increase the left marker point and we need to decrease the right marker point, and again we need to call this recursion method until and unless left marker is not greater than or equal to right marker. So I'm going to call this method again recursion recursive, and input array would be input array, and left marker should be increased by 1. So left marker plus 1, and the right marker should be decreased by 1. Right marker minus 1. Okay, so now in the next iteration left marker will point to 6 and the right marker will point to 4. Swapping is will be done, and again this recursive function will be called. At that time left marker will point to 3 and the right marker will point to 2. Swapping will be performed, and then left marker will point to 8 and right marker will point to 3. Swapping will perform, and then left marker will be point to 3 and the right marker will point to 8. In this condition this if statement catch that left marker is greater than right marker, so we need not to traverse further. So ultimately recursion will be broken here, and all the swapped data will be inside the input array. So we are using the in out variable because we are changing the array, and the same array is being used for the recursion. So this is the some kind of the pointer variable. We are referring the pointer variable same array for the each recursion. So if you avoid this, let me run it whether it works or not, then we will check again. So let me uncomment delete this one. This is our input array. Now let me call this recursive input array is array left marker. At the beginning we should give the left marker point, so this would be 0 first index of array, and this should be array dot count minus 1 because index of array starts from 0. So array dot count minus 1. Now if I print the updated array, see how it works. Okay, let me run it. Okay, so 6 4 2 3 8 3 6 3. Okay, it's fine. So a reverse of this one. Okay, so what if I didn't put in out? what happens? See, now what will happen? What it is saying, cannot assign through the script input array is a late constant. So when we send this input array, it is being considered as the late variable, so you cannot modify that inside the function. Maybe for alternative solution will be you can copy that variable and then you can update, but that is not going to work. So somehow we need to modify the same array. That's why we need to use the in out. So you can try with this and you can check the concept of the in out in the internet. Sorry, command shift z. Okay. Okay, so I think it is working, and let's check about the corner case. Let me send the empty array. I need to define the type of array. Okay, to make sure it will not break, you need to consider all the corner cases, so it is working. Let me put one number. This would be the one corner cases. So it is also working. 2 and 1. So this function should work perfectly for the recursively reverse the array of integer. So that's it for this tutorial. If you like this concept and if this is fruitful for you, then please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.